Come on back in there, my people. Hey, I'm glad you're back. This is gonna be it because I gotta get ready for the 15th moon. Like I'm telling you, see, I don't know what y'all be doing, but I'm not playing with that. Listen, I need all the extra energy I can get and all the greatness and abundance and high favor that's in store for you when you set them little bitty intentions. You're not sure how to do it? Just go back a couple videos and look at the descriptions of them, and you will see the one where I told you how to set intentions. Better yet, go back on from the top down of my chosen videos. Well, that's on YouTube. Here too on top. Scroll down from the top, go through my videos, and see the ones that have a different image, not my face. The ones that's about the angels, or the one that has the white papers on the front. No, there's one white papers. That's a regular episode. Further down than that, the ones that are about the angels and, got pretty pictures or whatever, click on those that got music and stuff, and then pause them and take your phone, screenshot it, and then you'll have it to go over. Sit your phone right beside you as you're setting your intentions, okay? It's easy, I'm telling you. It's really easy once you get to do it the first couple times. You'll see it's nothing to it. It's basically you sitting there talking to God, but you saying, and you have faith. You take your faith and look up at that big, round, beautiful, big, shining moon and know that is your opportunity to clean up your life. This is the way to purge it all out, releasing all negative. Mention the negative stuff, write it down, purge it all out, say, I send it into the universe. I'm getting rid of it. It's never to come back in my life again. I declare it in the name of the Most High. Then talk about anything else. I see great things. You see it in your head. Set the intention in your head. You're getting a new car. You're going to have a better job. You're going to have me. Whatever you need. I need family relations to heal. I need to let go of my anger towards this and that. I need to control my mouth and stop cussing. Whatever. Write it down. Just those are the things. Make a little itty list. You can do it different each and every time and work on your list after today. But since it's last minute, if you haven't done it yet, take those things I just said if you want. Write those down and go out there, sit in that moonlight. It's cold, so if you can't, just have your window where you can see with the window curtain up or the shade up, but crack the window so the air gets in, because it's all about energy and vibration, so you want that coming in. But then again, some of them videos say don't be all right up out there because the energy is that powerful tonight. So maybe just crack your window a little bit. I'm going to say it like this. I'm not going out there at all because that video made me like, why? The energy's too powerful. But if you don't set it with a firm intention tonight, because of the type of energy it is, this video particularly said it can increase, it can move you into great abundance, or it can have a negative effect if you're not sincere and pull you back into your old habits and patterns. Have to be concise and correct and and what you want. Okay, so let me get on with this because this gonna be it for today. So, and talking about all that stuff, I was getting up to how in England, and we got out of the Hamitic curse. Y'all get the gist of that. So when he, went all up into Europe and then spread everything all over there, and then we talked about Napoleon and Egyptians and all that stuff, how everything in Egypt was kind of taken after Egypt fell. There's history books on all about how Egypt fell. We ain't talking about that today. We're talking about the things that was taken from there, and they ended up showing up, allegedly, for educational purposes only. They all showed up over there in England and the Britain house of what. So, Miss Thing that hung up the wand, supposedly she gone. She passed on. They hang up the wand, they snapped it in half, the curse is broken, all that kind of stuff. They know what time it is. It's the fifth dimension. Secrets being revealed. Can't be up in here. Can't be up in here. I'm telling you, they know it. Like the flicks I told you to check out, The Arrivals by Noriega. You look into those. You Google that. It says something about archives. You click on that. You can watch all of the series of The Arrivals. It really goes ham on this here stuff about that Egyptian thing being all up in England and all that. The royalties there. So, in this The Arrivals, it shows how she sits. She used to sit on a seat. Her throne, underneath it was a stone called the Stone of Jacob. Africa been wanted that stone, but she also carried a scepter where at the top of it was a big giant diamond called the Stone of Jacob too. They wanted that back after she passed. It's been a big old argument. They said we ain't giving it back. I'm not even gonna go there. I knew they wasn't gonna give it back. Rare diamond, just like her main scepter. Yep. They won't give it back. Britain has a long history. I'm going to put it like this. Notably documented for this history. So it is not alleged. This is for educational purposes only. It is noted about a lot of deaths in the Congo related to Leopold, King Leopold. And they're responsible for many wars that were inspired, that went forth. And they had ties into all of that for educational purposes only, according to documentation, allegedly, however you want to say it. So, them folks over there, Revelations 2:9, y'all know who I'm talking about, supposedly, allegedly, for educational purposes only. The Egyptian royal order matched the seats and thrones in heaven. It's like a copycat, okay? The tools and steps, because remember, they get all this knowledge from the fallen. The Egyptian got caught up in messing with them false gods, and that's why God didn't like it with the whole Moses thing. He was like, Egypt is following all these false gods and everything, and they was getting the Hebrews to do it, even though they enslaved the Hebrews. They was getting them to start trying to follow, but Hebrews was like, no, our God is the one true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So they enslaved them and all that, but what Egypt was doing was getting into all this fallen stuff, and they was heavily into that. That's why Ramses was like trying to rely on that power, and Moses' power came through the Heavenly Father, superseded all that. So anyway, what they try to set up based on knowledge that the fallen gave them is the whole throne and the roads made, the streets paved in gold and all that. The order up there is similar. It's like they copycatted it from what the fallen told them. The royal order with seats and thrones in heaven. Men in Britain, they wear kilt skirts just like the Egyptians. They carry a whip. They call it the thrail. It's a whip that they carried in Egypt too. It's their way. It was their way. It's mirrored by the English Brit royals. You can't miss the colors, the flags, the symbols. They call themselves the House of Jacob. They say that they're the Jacobites. Let me just continue to read. So, yeah. Many things are in the Da Vinci Code movies and stuff, and Vatican, and they all talking about this stuff like that. Archives, things is missing, let's put it that way, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, for educational purposes only. Miles and miles and miles beneath the Vatican are archives, which are historical things. We're talking about artifacts that nobody knows what's down there, supposedly. Not only that, you got all the stuff that you need to know about the truth and everything. I guarantee you it's down there, but ain't nobody getting down there. You can't get there. And it's miles. I mean, miles and miles are under there. Many of you may have heard about that. So, also, like I talked about in the video about baptism and birth certificate stuff, that's down there too. All of our birth certificates, social security files, all are in there. And truths, artifacts, etc. Truth about black people too. It's all down there. Allegedly. For educational purposes only. Okay, so we got there. But y'all know them titles they got. The Duke, the Queen, the Marquis, the Viscount, the Baron, the Duchess, the Macchionis, the Countess, the Prince, the Princesses, Empress, the Grand Duke, and the Grand Duchess, and the Chancery, and the Chapel, and the Butler, and the Arch, and the Chamberlain, and the Lords and Ladies. Those titles come out of all that stuff, and we say them every day sometimes. Lord, lady, So, and that beehive thing, Beyonce, she calling herself beehive. That's where it all comes from. There's a thing about the bees. See, the bee, worker bee, if you look at the bees and their structuring with the, the beehive, and how they make honey. Each one of them are hard-working little worker bees, but the queen bee is at the top. She controls everything. That's what that's all about. The succession of hierarchy, order, like I said, they follow this thing like that, pyramid, and at the top is listed them people. Listen, you go watch The Arrivals, it shows you everything. At the bottom, they divided into squares inside that thing. Bottom is guess who? Debt slaves. Y'all know what that's all about. So that's what's up for today. Okay, and it's very big, deep information. You need this to help you with your awakening process so you can see the world is not what you think it is. It's time to get the fog out and clear it all out, understand what's real. That's why we're going over all these deep, deep things. It's not entertaining. I know it is, but it's not what it's for. So, it's about to end. Y'all get to that moon tonight. I love you, and we'll talk